This show is brought to you by... Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. I'm Gus.
I'm Cole.
I'm Chris.
Ski whoa, I'm Eric.
Is that the coward sting?
It is. This is the coward sting. Finally unmasked after years of wearing a
I don't know much about wrestling.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite GIFs or short videos is Sting wearing the Sting mask and then pulling out the chair and hitting the other wrestler and then taking off the Sting mask and it's Sting under there.
He's so, like, I think it's a meme probably for Sting because he's done it, I think, in every company he's worked in. He did it in AEW, he did WWE, he did it everywhere. And I think that's really cool because Sting is a great wrestler who's been wrestling since the 80s, but to be able to reinvent yourself just by wearing a mask of yourself and then pulling it off.
Also, when you have the full face paint like that, it's like Kiss, right?
Yeah.
You can just replace people.
Yeah.
It could
You
be
got no idea.
The fifth Sting for all we know.
Yeah, it's the same Sting. It's definitely Steve Borden. He's still there, and he's looking...
But it doesn't have to be.
It's true. He's looking good. Way to go, Stinger.
How many painters? How many wrestlers have that like white and black paint?
What the fuck?
How many painters?
How many wrestlers are painters?
I swapped those words in my head. I was gonna say how many painters use white and black wrestlers.
So you're asking who paints their face?
Yeah, well, specifically like the white black look.
That Darby Allin does half of his face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sting does his whole face. Shockingly, they're a team in AEW.
A dad and son team.
Yeah, it's cool because Sting's like older. And Darby's
and that
pretty
makes
young.
why he only does half his
and he only does half his face, and it's like a real dad stepson like kind of vibe where he's like my stepson's pretty crazy, but I can't control him. And then the guy goes, "Hey, fuck you, Dad!" It's perfect. It's really great. It's a lot of fun.
So just those two?
Yeah. As far as that, I mean, there's other wrestlers who like paint their face, but not in that
There's
way.
probably a lot of indie wrestlers who are like,
it's-
I'm going to be the next Sting.
Yeah, Sting was the guy who watched The Crow, and then he went, "Well, shit, I can do that."
Maybe I was thinking of the Crow.
Yeah, yeah. The Crow wasn't a wrestler. That was a movie.
And he died.
He's a martial artist.
Yeah. Well, was.
Well, the other alternative I think that you see a lot, like in Mexican wrestling, is the masks.
Yes, and that's cool. They're also very expensive. And I was watching AAA over the weekend, is AAA in Mexico, and there's a guy named Psycho Clown, and he was fighting Rey Scorpion, and every time they fight, Rey Scorpion just grabs from the eye on the mask and just rips it all the way open at the beginning of the match. Every time they fight. That's insane. Do you know how long it takes to make a fucking mask? Do you know how expensive it is? Like, do you understand that?
That's showmanship. That's commitment.
And a guy named Psycho Clown, his whole thing is the mask. And the other guy just goes, "Fuck you," and just rips it all the way off and then hits him until he bleeds.
See, he needs to take a page out of Sting's book and just have a cheap mask over his real mask.
Cole, you're a genius.
Isn't that Mil Máscaras?
Mil Máscaras had, a ton of masks, all different ones, all the time. The guy who has the best ones right now, welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. The guy who has the best one right now is Titan in Mexico, where he has this whole mask that looks like a demon or like a monster that's like eating the front of the face. And so like the front's all mesh like it's a mouth. But he comes out with another mask over that looks like it's whoever he's fighting is being eaten by that thing. And then he pulls it off. Like he fights Templario. And you're like, he's fighting Templario who just has like this big cross and it's really cool. But he came out with that and you're like, this is awesome. No one's going to see this match.
If you were going to be a wrestler, knowing now what you know about painting your face, having done it a whole bunch for the Baudour and Camp Betrayal, would you pick a wrestler persona that had his face painted?
I think I would. I think some face paint is a thing that helps people see you visually and
stand out.
Yeah, and it really does make a difference, especially when you're a guy who's just working for like a hot dog and a handshake. And if you're a guy who's doing that and then has a look and has a persona,
That's what like got Finn Balor so over, right?
Yeah, and then you have just sort of something like that. People pick up on that, and then you're the guy who has this look. And if you can do a couple of cool moves, people will be like, "Oh shit, this guy's fucking all right. This is something else." Like, we were doing that Wrestling with the Week podcast for a while, with James and Scorpio Sky. And Scorpio Sky is a guy in AEW who, when I saw him in like 2004 in LA wrestling for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, he wore a mask. He's brand new to wrestling. He's only been in for like a couple of years. He wore a mask and like a whole getup and everything. And then later he like lost the mask, took it off, and he's never gone back to it.
Did he ever find it?
He it was hidden somewhere, but he just took the mask off and never went back to it. There's so many guys that either are lifelong mask guys or like never even broach it. Like it really is like.
Well, it's like whether you want to maintain that separate persona or whether you want to become the character.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
big
Does
time.
Jericho also do white and black for Painmaker?
Oh, he just puts kind of like some black on his eyes, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm a scary man."
We talked. Eric and I were texting about this a couple weekends ago about how there was this phase in Mexico in like the 60s and 70s where they made, like when James Bond was really popular, they made Mexican spy movies where like the wrestlers wearing masks were also spies. Like being a wrestler was their cover, but they were really spies.
Yep.
And they'd go around and do like spy shit, but also wrestling all the time. And it was like this whole like sub-genre of movies that existed for like that window of time that gets totally forgotten.
I feel like they hit on that in
I
King
have
of the
so
Hill
many.
all the time. Like there's that one Mexican spy, but I feel like they throw in.
But he was a priest.
He's a priest,
Yeah, they have so many. Like, I have a lot of bootlegs of those movies because you can't find them anywhere.
Right.
It's just like a guy who's like, I transferred this onto like a CD, and then you could just put it on your computer, and it's like, all right, cool. It's Blue Demon was like one of the big ones. It was him and like Ray Lisco and like a lot of these
like
other
Santo?
guys. Yeah, Santo, and it's crazy because all these guys have family who still wrestles. Like Hijo de Santo is still wrestling, and like Hijo del Blue Demon still wrestling, and these guys all just like legacies, and you never know what they look like. And you've seen wrestlers. I think there's gifs of like taking off the mask, and they just have like a mask under, like another mask underneath it, and you're like, that's cool. That to me that's them. They don't. They live that lifestyle. People don't know who they are, and that's really awesome.
Great.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's
then,
very
then,
cool.
then when they're done, they can go shopping for groceries.
Yeah,
on the way.
exactly. They're like, well, I'm done. Because they get these guys bleed and get messed up. In Mexico, it's crazy. They have two styles in Mexico. It's like crazy lucha flipping submission style that's like, oh, well, this is insane. And if you're not doing that, you're beating the shit out of each other until you're bloody and fucked. It's awesome. There you go. Chris, you've learned.
I have learned.
Would you do the paint?
Well, I guess maybe I'd do something, but like, I think I'd have like some sort of prosthetic.
Yeah.
Maybe an eye patch.
Eye patch isn't a
know.
prosthetic, but I agree. I get what you're saying.
Well, I don't know. I haven't
You
done
could have like a prosthetic under the eye patch.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, a prosthetic, because then you see my bad eye.
Yeah.
You're bad.
Yeah, because it'd be covered up with eye patch. It'd be
like a laser eye
yeah,
almost.
yeah, cool. That'd be cool. I'll do that. But
yeah, guys, it would be cool.
It sounds kind
it sounds cool. It was cool. Oh, because I've never.
Speaking of eye patches, why the fuck are you wearing sunglasses?
I thought it looked cool.
All right, you're right.
I didn't have a key to get in. Because I left the key to the door, and I didn't know how long I would stand outside the door to get let in, so I wore my sunglasses.
But you're in now.
Yeah, and I was like,
His
well,
eyes got acclimated to the darkness.
yeah.
But it's dark.
Right, but in his mind, he's still outside.
Yeah.
For the audience,
Yeah.
between outside and here is 200 feet of pitch black, filled with equipment and obstacles. So you wore the sunglasses in the pitch black, where you could potentially trip and fall.
I'm like Daredevil. I could hear it.
I'm gonna take these off.
I like these sunglasses. Did I tell
you
you
get
this? I got them in Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Did I tell the story of how I got my sunglasses?
No, but welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast, where I'm so excited
This
to
is
be
like
here.
this, like in Batman. You want to know how I got these scars?
That's what I'll say with my eye patch scar. But
Let's put some sunglasses
So he's
on
going to
that
tell us a
face.
different story every time he tells a story where he has sunglasses.
I'm so thrilled for whatever we're about to hear, Chris. The floor is yours.
How did you get your sunglasses
So-
in Puerto Rico?
I went to Puerto Rico recently. I was working the whole time, but on the weekends, go out to the beach. We were drinking before we went to the beach, and then at some point we went to the beach. In the process, we forgot everything. Like our cooler of beer, our everything. We just
Sunglasses?
showed up. Sunglasses, everything.
All
We
your
showed up at the
possessions
beach,
forgot.
and we're like, where's all the
This
stuff?
is laying the seeds.
We were like, where's all the stuff? And then we're like, well, and so I volunteered, me and my friend, we was like, let's go find some beer. And so
You're not even going to try to retrace your steps to find your beer. You're going to find new beer.
No, we left. We knew we had left it at the house.
Okay, gotcha.
We knew it was like forgone.
Good as gone.
Yeah.
That's later beer now.
Yeah.
It was cold though still, which is good because it's all packed up.
It's in the cooler.
So we went to go
The cooler
get.
they left at the house? Okay. You're right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Went to go get. Well, I'll tell you a tangent too. We were walking.
Oh, fantastic.
We were walking down the beach area, and there was like a store that was pitch black. It looked like a cave, and I was like, and it was called Condom World. But it was a cave, and all the other buildings, all the other stores had lights on them, and Condom World was like a cave with like 2 people standing outside.
Condom World has several locations. It's a chain apparently in Puerto
Yeah,
Rico. I'm
there were
looking it up.
several of them, but this was the only one that was a cave. And I say cave as in it was like, well, I'll tell you as we went in. So I was like, what is this? And I was like, because I was talking to my friend, I was like trying to figure out what is this store that has.
Right. What is Condom World? Right.
Yeah, but like, why is it blacked out, and why is it the only store? So then I go up and I'm like looking in, and they're like, so then the people at the place are like, do you guys want to come in?
Do you want some condoms?
And I was like, oh yeah, and I felt bad for them because no one was going into their.
Oh, yeah.
So then I was like, let's go in, it'll be
A
fun.
lot of Catholics.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy, we go into Condom World, and they're explaining, yeah, there's no electricity, but in my head it's weird because there's electricity everywhere else. But there were blackouts in Puerto Rico sometimes, so it wasn't that weird.
Right.
But then it was scary because then, like, as we went in, they closed the door behind us. Like they closed the door.
Right.
Like,
And now you're locked in.
now
Condom
we're
World.
now we're trapped
You're in a
in
world of
Condom
condoms.
World.
Yeah. You're living in Condom
Like,
World.
and I was like,
You're
why
not
did they
in
shut the
Condom
door?
World.
That's weird.
I'm not in here with you. You're in here with me.
And so I'm like, I didn't really want anything. I just wanted to look around. So me and my friend were looking around.
But you
we're
can't really see.
we can't see. It's pitch black.
If there was anything you wanted, you wouldn't be able to see it.
Right.
And so I'm
Right.
like, and we and my friend were like, why'd they close the door? That's weird. So then I'm like, I feel like we should buy something. I feel like that was like a.
Right. Yeah. You got to be polite at
Yeah.
Condom
Yeah.
World.
So then I was like,
Paying
and they're like,
customers only.
what are y'all looking for? Y'all looking for like any dildos or anything? Yeah, I was like, no. And then so I'm just buying like some of those like novelty straws with like vaginas and penises on them.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So I bought some of those.
Yep.
And then left. They let us out. So then I was like, we make our way to the CVS, because, and then
They lock you into the CVS?
nope, they didn't want.
Do they have power?
They had power.
Oh, do we have the Condom World logo that we
Yeah.
can throw up on the screen real quick? Can we we see that? That looks
There you go.
great.
Isn't that Miss Minute from Loki?
What does that say below it? Protecting the planet? Is that
That's funny.
That's great.
So I go to CVS
Uh-huh.
and I go to buy sunglasses because I also wanted some cheap sunglasses.
They didn't have any at Condom World?
Not that I could see, it was dark.
Oh, it's too dark.
And I wasn't going to ask.
So I go to the sunglasses and they're like completely sold out except for the fancy pairs that were like $40 or something.
Oof.
These?
That's too much.
When I had sunglasses,
Yeah,
I didn't-
right? Yeah, they're the back of the house.
Yeah.
I just wanted some cheap sunglasses. And then I was like, the kids section.
Oh, yeah.
They had lots of kids section sunglasses.
Okay.
And that's where these came in. So I got these, which look pretty good. They look
Great. They look great.
for like $5 or something.
It's a steal.
The other ones would have been like $35, and
Yep.
they look bad.
You could.
So-
That's condom money.
Exactly. And so I got my sunglasses and my novelty penis and vagina straws. I go up to we get a bunch of beer, and my friend said, he's waiting there. He's like, hey man, they're not selling it to us.
Why?
He's like, I don't have my ID. Can you pay for it? And I'm like, oh, I don't have my ID either. Like, because we left it at the beach.
Right.
And so, no, not a lot of places ID in Puerto Rico,
Right,
at
right,
least
right.
for like old people. So I was like, he'd gone through the front, and then as we were standing there, another CVS worker went to go open up another one in the back. I was like, let me try her. She's
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
back.
Mhm.
Like maybe she'll. So I go up there with all the beer and these sunglasses. And I try and buy it. And as I'm buying it, I'm like, I'm buying children's sunglasses. And like, these are children's size sunglasses. And I'm like, and I'm holding novelty vaginas. And I'm like,
Brought this in with you?
well, yeah, what else am I going to do with them? I was walking. So that, needless to say,
Can't leave
we
them
did
outside,
not
someone will take
get, we did not get any beer. But I did get my cool sunglasses and some novelty vagina.
They didn't card you for those, but they carded you for the beer.
Drinking age in Puerto Rico is 18.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to point that out for people who don't know that. Like, this is even weirder that he's being carded. There's no way you look. Maybe it's because of the glass. I don't know. Yeah.
That's a fucking black one's on your nose. Take
What?
that off. The left side of your nose.
What?
What is that?
Oh, I think. What, are they falling? They might be falling apart.
The other side. Look the other way. Look, you can see.
What is it? Black?
Are they melting onto your
They're
face?
shedding.
Oh,
Okay.
the side of your face too. It's like a little black spot. The sunglasses are melting onto you.
All right, maybe they're not the best sunglasses.
Turn the other way, Chris. Turn toward. Yeah, there you
Yep,
go.
there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And there's a little
sunglasses-
a tiny one on the other side.
other side.
From
You
where
got it?
the
there you go.
sunglasses
Bud.
are
Oh, you got it.
on his
No,
nose.
yeah, you got it.
They're peeling.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you maybe
Plastic.
had
So I
the
guess
wrong
the
Almost
plastic part.
You got a small piece on the other side too.
Well, whatever. If I put them on, you can't see those things.
Chris, I
love it.
I went on a trip with Chris last week.
To Puerto Rico?
No, not to Puerto Rico.
But you knew he was going to Puerto Rico, right? So you gave him all your recommendations?
I found out Chris was in Puerto Rico from his Instagram story. I lived in Puerto Rico. I was like, Chris, you're in Puerto Rico? I lived there.
I didn't really plan it out very well.
Obviously.
What a staggering surprise here. Shocking news from Chris on the Rooster Teeth podcast.
But I went to a podcast convention with Chris last week, and how did we meet up on that day? We I think we ran into each other randomly, right?
Yeah.
Like on that whatever that was, that Tuesday, Wednesday, I think it was. Yeah,
On the convention floor.
yeah. It was like we were just walking by, and we're like, oh hey Chris, and it was my wife and I, and we ran into Chris, and we were like, what are you up to? He's like, oh, I got this happy hour that I'm gonna go to here in a little bit. You guys want to come? I was like, yeah, sure. I really don't drink anymore, but I was like, yeah, I'll go hang out, socialize and stuff, which is weird for me. So I'm like, where is it? And, Chris has all the information on his phone. He pulls it up. He's like, it's the monetization happy hour. It's in Ballroom E. I was like, oh, that's a weird name for a happy hour, but all right, whatever. It's like, we got a few minutes to kill, so we sat down and just shot the shit for a little bit. Then it's like, whatever time, like 4 o'clock or whenever the happy hour is supposed to start. Like, all right, well, let's head over to Ballroom E and see what's going on. So we walk in that direction. We kind of have a map. We're like somewhere over there, and we're in the convention center. We're walking in that direction. We walk past this person who works at the event, and she could tell that we're kind of looking around. She's like, "What are you looking for?" Like, we're looking for Ballroom E. She's like, "Oh yeah, go down this hallway to second door on the left." Like, okay, great, thanks. So we walk down the hallway, second door on the left. We walk in, and it's just like a panel room, and there's someone on stage giving a presentation, and we're like, "Is this Ballroom E?" And look around, and there's quite a few people in there, but everyone's sitting down listening to this panel. It's we step back out, and they're like, there's other people doing the same thing. We're walking in and then walking out, and what's going on? So I'm like, Chris, let me see your phone. And he shows me his phone, and it says, the name of the panel is Monetization Happy Hour, how to drive monetization on your podcast. Like, Chris, this is a panel that's called Happy Hour. It's not an actual happy hour.
That was sneaky.
It was pretty sneaky. To her credit, her panel was very full, but there were other people walking by that same convention worker.
There were a lot of people
who were like, that wasn't a happy hour at all. That's just a panel.
So every panel at RTX from here on out is going to be the
Oh, I'm calling everything.
Rooster Teeth happy hour.
At RTX, welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast happy hour. This is going to rule.
So we're like, all right, well, this obviously is a panel. It's not a happy hour. Chris is like, well, don't worry. This is at 4 o'clock, mind you. At 5 o'clock, there's a mixer. We can go to the mixer.
Oh,
it's
easy.
Definitely in a minute. I said, okay, great. Well, at 5 o'clock, we'll have a mixer. Let's just go sit down. We'll shoot the shit again. We just sat down at a table, and the three of us all sitting around talking.
We walked around, saw the booths.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Good booths.
Good booths.
A lot of people, a lot of services that we work with, and some that we don't work with. But 5 o'clock finally rolls around. Great, let's go to this mixer. Go to this mixer. It's being held in I don't know what that room is, the keynote area,
Right.
whatever, the big hall that they have. Cool. We walk in there, and as soon as you walk in, there's a little spread of food, and I don't want anything. And Chris is like, I'm gonna get some food. So Chris goes and gets food, of course. We're we find a place to sit. We sit down, and there's only one bar in this. It's a big room. There's only one bar, one bartender at the bar. Chris is like, I'm gonna go get in line get something to drink. So Chris leaves and gets in line. The line's really long. It's halfway down the hall. Chris gets in line, and this woman comes up on the stage, and she's like, hey, everyone, thanks for coming to the happy hour, blah, blah, blah. I have we have raffle. If y'all need raffle tickets, go over to this table over here. I've also got drink tickets. If y'all want drink tickets, come see me. So like Chris immediately leaves the line and makes a beeline for her and gets drink tickets. And while all this is going on, Esther and I are looking around and we're like, there's a lot of women here. There's really not many men at all. And I'm like, this is kind of weird. I looked around like, I feel a little weird now. Like, there's really no...
Like, am I supposed to be here?
Right,
Like,
there's no men in here at all. So Chris goes, talks to the woman, gets drink tickets, gets back in line. So now he's even further back in line. He waits in line about 30, 40 minutes, gets his drink, comes and sits down with us. And I'm like, Chris, let me see your phone. I want to see what this event is. It was a podcast mixer for women and non-binary podcasters.
Dude. What?
It didn't say that until it said it. It didn't.
I was like, Chris, what are you
Dude, what are you doing?
And then I said, Chris, what if you win the raffle?
Yeah.
I was terrified.
What are you gonna do? So Chris became terrified that he was going to win the raffle.
just sit. Just don't say anything.
What are you
won, but
doing?
The thing at the top said like something party or mixer.
She podcasts. And the something is she podcast.
And then did it continue to say other things?
That was in the when you hit the description of the event.
Which you did not do?
No, because I was just trying to find the next thing after the happy hour didn't turn out well.
I feel like after the first destination was a flop.
I should have taken the phone and looked at it.
I have to listen. I blame Chris. Absolutely.
Yeah.
However, I have to put some blame on you for not looking on your own phone or on Chris's phone at any of the information.
I know now. After the first one, I should have looked. That's on me.
Fool you want, shame on him.
I'll be honest. If I was with Chris and this was happening, I would have been looking it up on my own first and then going. I don't know that that's an indictment on Chris. However, that's what I would have done. It's crazy that also you did not do that.
I was just like, all right, whatever. Like,
just go with the flow.
Yeah.
You were...
classic Gus. Go with the flow.
He was seeing how the other half lives. He was saying, what does Chris do at a convention?
I felt so bad the whole time I was in that. Because then I was like reliving that moment in the...
Yeah.
When
what would
the
you
whole
have won?
Line.
What would you have won if you won the raffle?
A whole bunch of
shame.
I think the big prize was an iPad Pro.
Oh God, I wish you would have won. That would have been. You would have been dressed like this.
He kept
walking up and
he kept asking Esther. He's like, "Please, if I win, will you go up and accept it for me? You can be Chris."
I was like, I don't want to, or I was like, or give it back or something. I don't, like, all right, just don't go up at all. I was like, and then we had to. Yeah.
So then we had Chris finish his beer and we left. All right, that's it.
Dude, this is. Oh man, this is what I mean. Gus, you're different in Nashville. You're a fucking Smashville. Gus is different. Like, just goes with the flow. Just cooling out, going to happy hours where he doesn't drink.
I did maybe the most un-Gus thing ever while I was in Nashville, and I did it by accident. And before I tell this story, I feel compelled to tell everyone I'm not sick. I took a COVID test this morning and it's negative.
Okay.
It's totally fine.
Okay.
I just feel like I need to get that out of the way.
Okay.
So on one of the days, I don't remember what day, wanted to get something to eat. So I looked up like highly rated restaurants in Nashville and found this place called Monell's. Cool. It's like Southern food. Great. Nashville in the South. Texas isn't the South.
No.
Texas is like the West, right? Yeah.
Was this a place that was inside of like an old house?
Yes.
I went there.
Okay. So you know where this story's going.
Okay.
So when we pull up to this place, we take an Uber there, and outside there's a sign that's like says like, "Enter as strangers, leave as families."
Yes.
I'm like, okay, that's kind of a weird slogan, whatever. It's like Olive Garden when you're here, your family, whatever. We go in and there's the host is like, "Welcome here. Have you ever been to Monell's before?" Like, no, never been here. He's like, "Okay, well we do things a little different here. It's all family style. It's all you can eat. We're gonna bring out all the food. We only have a limited menu every day. Today, I forget what it was. Like today we got fried chicken, roasted chicken, and pork chops, and all the sides, all like typical Southern sides. Great, sounds good. And the waiter's like, or the host is like, so y'all good to eat here? Esther and I are like, yeah, sounds good. Great, let me show you your table. He leads us to a table that already has 8 other people sitting at it and is like, all right, you'll be sitting right here with these people.
Were there any other empty tables in the restaurant?
No.
That place was hopping, man.
I realized that's what they mean.
Oh, yeah.
Enter as strangers, leave as family. You're supposed to interact with all these strangers.
Not with the host, but with the other guests.
Yeah, with the other guests. Like, you're randomly assigned people to eat with, and like they bring out the food family style, and you pass it person to person, like you're eating a family dinner, and it all goes around the table. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is a mistake. This shouldn't be open right now with COVID
Gus!
going on. And I was like, but the food was really good. Like, it was amazing. It was
But also then the social anxiety of leaving that after you recognize the situation.
Right, like I was
you can't leave.
Yeah, I was sitting there and I was like, it's going to look really weird if I sit down, if I get up and leave at this point.
You know what it was like? Have you ever done an escape room with only like 2 people? Where you're like in an escape room and it's like 2 or 3 people, and then they put you in the room with like a bunch of strangers and you're stuck until you get out. That's what it was, but you have to eat your way out.
Except the strangers next to you are giving you a plate of fried pork chops asking if you want gravy.
You have to eat your way out. That's awesome.
That would be a really good escape room.
That's a way better escape room than literally any other escape room. If you were like, this is dinner, and then you can also solve this at your leisure, it would be like, well, I'm more apt to come and do this.
It's an hour. You have to get out in an hour.
Except for the escape room in episode 3 of Camp Betrayal.
I was in that one.
Oh yeah!
I'm a
that's
ghost.
right. Yes, you were. Yeah,
I look like my dad.
Yeah,
in
I
the
was
photo.
thinking of the escape room in. Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yep.
You're thinking episode 4?
Oh, I
You
was
were in that one.
I was doing my dance.
Yep.
I saw someone post online that they thought the show was called Campy Trail.
Oh.
Now, hey, here's the thing. I understand where they're coming from. I would like to note that the resounding silence that they got when they said that should be a note that really that's on them and not on us.
Camp Betrayal.
It was no one. If that was a thing where other people felt the same way, I feel like people would have come in and be like,
Yeah.
me too. Isn't that crazy? Deafening silence. Deafening.
Camp Betrayal.
I like that you did that dance, Gus, because like this was like the week, probably 4 days before we were shooting.
Yeah.
And I was writing the puzzles and stuff for that escape room. And I was like, I was trying to figure out a way. I wanted Gus in the show. And I was like, hey, Gus, can you do this like video VHS riddle for me? I need you to do a specific dance that they have to copy. And I was like, if you want, I can do a sample and then just copy that. And he said, okay. So then I was like, okay, I can do it. So then I was like, I filmed myself doing this dance.
Do you have that?
Oh, I do.
Why have we not posted that?
If we were streaming from home, I could pull it up right now because it's on my computer there.
Why
it's
are
not
we
here.
not posting?
on
We
Slack.
should be posting. We should be posting that on all of our social media.
Pornhub.
We should be X2.
Do we have a YouPorn account? You have to be verified.
You got.
No, it's Pornhub.
We could get verified.
We can get verified.
Let me see. I've got it.
The fuck is going on?
I'm downloading
this
it. I'll send it to broadcast.
Condom World, Pornhub.
Verified on Pornhub.
Oh my god, Brian, be on the lookout for this video. It's gonna take a really long time to download.
It's only 61 megabytes. It's
Oh,
not that
great.
big.
It's short because it needed to be a short dance because
Right,
they had to in the escape room. For context, people haven't watched Camp Betrayal, which you should. It was an escape room where they were split up.
Yep.
And the people had to describe the dance in one location to make the other people do it.
Camp Betrayal was a lot of fun. It's that thing where the chaos of making a show, you feel on set when all of this stuff is happening around you, but then every time somebody says action and something's rolling, you get through that part and you go, "Oh shit, this is good." Like every time the cameras were on, it felt like everyone went like, "Oh, like we're doing, like this is happening. Like this is, excuse me, this is like a show. This feels like a really strong show. Everything we're filming is good. These pieces are coming together. We've like figured out bits for it. All the characters are there. Like I hadn't felt that in like a really long time, being like on a set doing something. I haven't been part of a tent pole like at all, but like being on a set where things are like clicking, man, it took a long time. Oh, Brian, do you have this video already? This is why the broadcast department's so good. Thank you, Brian. Brian Baker's just a wizard. Look at this guy. What a master wizard.
So this is what Chris sent me to try to emulate in
All right, here we go.
Betrayal.
There's the dog.
I also want to know. I haven't slept.
Okay. Yeah, your hands. Okay, and then you're doing like a horsey, and then hands again, and then they're forward. They're down, and then you're to the side, and you're spanking it, and then that's good. The dog.
I did that, and I did another. I did one more.
Oh, good.
I was like,
just in case, which one's better? And it's forward and hands up, and kind of like a star spread, and then to the side, kind of like a horsey, and then hands forward, jazz hands to the side. Jazz hands forward and
where's the butt
down
slap?
And slap.
There
Yep.
we go, money shot.
I would like to note that Booger the dog did a very good job of just being there and watching you and not getting too excited.
He's not judging.
No. Not getting too excited, not getting too, I just feel like other dogs would be like, whoa, what are we here doing? And he just sort of went like, and it's Chris.
Well, we're used to this.
Simply, this is Chris.
It was a good dance. You did a good job. You did better than I did.
I had Chris's video playing on a loop on VLC on one monitor, and I had like my capture on another monitor. So I was like trying to watch it a bunch of times, trying to memorize it. Then I was trying to mimic it as it was playing.
The other cameos in that were pretty good. It's like Armando and like a few other people, right? Armando from Funhouse and Cult Podcast, and
we have like Chelsea from one of our Roost partners
from Dead Meat.
And then. The episode that goes out tomorrow has like James Lease and Kai
that's right. Yeah.
And John. Yeah, I tried to put as many cameos in it as possible.
It was smart. They told me when I had to do some ADR later, which there's a lot of ADR in this show, and I don't think you would know by listening to it. You're going to hear it, and you're going to go, well, this part was ADR, and it's probably not. It's probably a bunch of the other parts that you don't think are ADR, because I've been listening to it and going, didn't I record this later? Oh, shit, that's crazy. It really well done by our post team. Fucking made this thing sing. It's really, really good. But they made me do one ADR part that's like, okay, and I think this part's for James, so like really just fucking hammer him. And I went, all right, hey, look at this stupid idiot, this dumb moron. Look at this dumb idiot. Look at this guy. It's just that for like, I mean, it had to be like minutes of just like slam James. And it was like, why are we slamming James? Take that.
It's really...
Do people know what ADR is? So when you replace the voice.
Yes.
Like,
It's
automatic dialogue replacement.
Yeah. It's when you watch something and you go, okay, we need you to record this. A lot of it is like just voiceover that goes over other parts, and they're gonna put like B-roll. A lot of it is like, and match your lips here, and you're like, wow, we're doing that stuff, and it was like, I suck. They did a great job. I'm terrible.
Most anime dubbing is ADR.
Yeah.
Just because you were trying to match mouth flaps.
Yep. That's pretty interesting.
I feel like it's easy to like, hammer James because it's this like fit, good-looking, successful guy. It's like
you're punching. You're
really
up no
punching.
what.
You're punching up, right? It's like
it's nothing but uppercuts.
Yeah. So I actually I was like, here's a couple, and then like do some mean ones.
Yeah, really just fucking get them. Oh, good. So the note came from Chris. So James, when you watch that, don't be mad at me. Just message Chris. Thank you. James has been like, I think he's been like pro wrestling again. I think he's been training again.
Oh, I should give him some tips on his eye. He should do the eye patch thing.
Prosthetic.
Yeah. Yep. You should do that.
You hear that, James? Just talk to Chris. I know you may not know a lot about wrestling, but apparently Chris...
yeah, I know that you've been in the ring and had a match, but if you're looking for something to do with a prosthetic and then an eye patch to go over that hard work, you talk to this guy.
Mr. Sunglasses.
Yeah. Well, those are from CVS, not Condom World.
Child sunglasses from
Yes.
So where are your
CVS.
straws?
Oh, well, we left those in Puerto Rico. They were melting. They had like, we think they might have definitely had like some carcinogens in them because as we were drinking them, cause I brought them out to everyone with beer because we ended up just buying beer at a bar.
Yeah.
And like the paint was coming off of them. And they were like melting in the sun. They were clearly not made
Outdoor
to actually be
penis
used.
straws.
Hang on. You're telling me that the novelty straws from Condom World?
I have a picture of them.
I would
We
love
probably can't show it.
No,
Yeah,
but he can show me, a man who simply wants to see.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Just Google Condom World penis and vagina straws.
Oh God! Don't do that.
Don't do that.
No.
Here, I'll show you later because I want to dig through my photos.
Oh, okay. Hey, Chris has too many photos. He has too many good times, baby.
Too popular.
All right. Any more? Do you have any other Puerto Rico stories
Or Tennessee.
or Tennessee stories?
Tennessee. Oh, let me tell you, Tennessee's great.
Folks.
When I got there, of course, on the plane, have to wear a mask.
Yep.
Got out of there. I'm very diligent about wearing a mask in public. So, got out of the airport, took a taxi to the hotel, still wearing my mask, get into the taxi. The taxi driver's not wearing a mask. Like, that's kind of fucked up, but what can I do? It's his cab. Do whatever you want. Driving on the way to the hotel. Hotel's not far from the airport, like 15 minutes or so. Like, taxi driver's like looking at me in the mirror. He's like, "Where are you from?" I said, "Texas." He goes, "Oh, okay. Here in Tennessee, you don't have to wear the mask if you don't want to. You can just take that off right now." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. No, I'm gonna keep wearing it if that's cool with you. I'm gonna keep it on." He's like, "No, yeah. Just so you know, inside, anywhere you go, you do not have to wear that mask. Take it off." Like, okay. I mean, thank you, but keeping the mask on. And we were staying, I think, in kind of a touristy hotel. Obviously, there's a convention, lots of people traveling.
Yep.
Maybe 10% of people wearing masks.
Boy.
It was.
I wore my mask pretty much everywhere.
I had mine on.
That was
a lot.
I just got back from Hawaii, and like everywhere on the island, everyone's wearing masks except for the hotels.
Yeah.
And it was like
Sounds right.
They had like rules in the hotels, like, "Oh, please wear it when you're in the lobby or the elevators." But people are like running in from the beach and didn't bring it to the beach with them. So it's just like, oh,
They leave a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, people leave a lot of stuff at the beach, like their IDs and their penis straws.
Yep.
How are you supposed to remember a mask?
but not sunglasses.
No, you want to bring those.
But the food was great.
Yeah.
Food was good.
I had tons of great food. I had some authentic. I've never been to Nashville. It's my first time
Yep.
ever there. I love Nashville hot chicken when I've eaten it, but I've never eaten it in Nashville. So I actually ate Nashville hot chicken. It was
It was really
amazing. So
it's a
good.
good food city.
Yeah.
Nashville is. It reminded me a lot of Austin, just sort of like the mentality and like the people that were there and everything, and it was friendly, but
Everyone's super friendly.
yeah, it was very cool. But man, it's a big food city. Like that's it. Like sit down, stay a while, eat something. Also, did you know it's like a huge bachelorette party hub?
I do now because I saw them everywhere.
So many.
Had
It's like,
no idea until we were there.
So
I
they're
think
everywhere.
There's like designated party cities in different regions of the United States, and I think Nashville is the party city for that region. Just like in Texas, in this area, people come to Austin. Like you see a ton of bachelorette parties down 6th Street. By the way, Broadway kicks the shit out of 6th Street.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
That was like
It's
I was like,
huge, and there's a lot.
Yeah, it's like I know what to expect.
Nope.
I've been down 6th Street many times. I think I walked half a block down Broadway. And I was like, this is too much.
Yep.
And I just like turned around and left.
Is it less college oriented? Is it?
I would say so. I think there's
Yeah.
areas that are more college oriented, and
Yeah.
this is a big. It reminded me more of San Diego, where it was like this is the area where this is bars.
Yeah.
This is the bars area, and everything here is bars, and you can also eat food sometimes, but mostly this is
bars.
bars. It was a lot of bars. A
Do
lot.
they have a lot of breweries in Tennessee? Do they have any?
I don't know. I didn't run into like brew pub stuff.
I saw like on lists of like things to. I didn't go to any. I saw like on lists of things to do that and like whiskey distilleries.
Whiskey.
yeah, a lot of whiskey.
Yeah.
A lot of whiskey.
Oh yeah, they had some whiskey tastings that I went to. It
Yeah. Oh yeah. How are the whiskey tastings?
was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Did you go to Jack Daniels?
Yeah, because they have. That's where it's brewed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to tickle my
What
throat.
perfect
What's
timing.
going on? I'm trying to like Chris, and then tell me more.
And then I was like, but I've been tested and everything. But I was like, if I cough, it might.
Yeah,
So I was like trying to.
yeah, it's great.
That's the worst. Like getting a normal cough on
And
a
you're like,
plane
no, no.
now.
Yeah.
You're just like, I'm good.
Oh, we do those comprehensive tests here because we always get swabbed. Just
Yeah.
so you guys know, we get swabbed before we come into the studio. Like we have to get tested.
Yeah.
Shove a
Like-
thing up into your brain. It's a whole situation. I got a result back one time that was like, all right, yeah, you're all clear. Everything's good. You have rhinovirus, so you might be prohibited from coming in. And I went, oh, fuck, what's rhinovirus?
just the-
It's a cold.
Yeah.
And I was sitting at home going, I have a cold? No idea. No symptoms.
I got
no nothing.
rhino diseases?
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm a rhinoceros.
Oh, no.
And they told me that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was freaking out about your
Yeah,
rhinovirus.
they're like, because it was producing for a show and all this stuff, and it was people were depending on me to come in and do this stuff, and it was like, you have rhinovirus, so we're gonna have to see like what the chain says to like get you into the studio, and we went through all like these steps to be like, okay, if you can get a note and it's this thing and it's only a cold and all this, then you can come in and do this. And I went, okay. I have a cold? I have a cold, like a cold.
Someone had to tell me I have a cold?
I had no idea. Had no clue. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm waiting. I'm convinced that one of these days I'm going to get swabbed on them, before we come and do the podcast, and they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, you have asymptomatic COVID."
Yeah.
I'm convinced it's going to happen one of these days.
Every time with the 2-hour wait, 3-hour wait before you get your result back.
I was fast today.
Yeah, mine was really fast.
I was
today.
worried because I had traveled this weekend.
Yep.
And so I was
Same
like,
here.
Yep. And so I was really nervous that I was like, maybe I got like the Delta variant.
But
or
that's the
something.
thing, like you're wearing your mask, staying distance.
I ate next to a bunch of strangers. They
Yeah.
passed me the food. I mean,
Yeah.
what could go
they
wrong?
all spit the pork chops in my mouth. I figured it was fine. I think everyone's just, we're taking the right precautions to do all this stuff and then getting swabbed. So
Have any of y'all
vaccinated and
yeah.
doing
Oh
as
God, yeah.
much-
Jesus
have any
Christ.
of y'all had like that?
Give me another one. Shoot me up again,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, they're like, oh,
I don't give a
people may
fuck.
need a booster. They may need a third shot. Like, okay,
If this is influencing you into whether or not to get a shot, rethink like all of your life decisions where you're thinking like, if Eric got it, maybe you're fucking maniac.
Listen, I'm
Give me
gonna
another
do
booster.
whatever I can
Yeah,
to tell
no
people
shit.
get the fucking
Oh,
shot.
it's just crazy.
Yeah.
so
do it.
good. We want another.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me
two more.
Yum.
Dude, give me a third
Give
one.
me seconds.
Yeah, give me a third one. Squirt
Pass
in
it
my-
around family
Squirt in
style.
my mouth, Daddy. Fuck.
I tweeted something that I last week or the week before that I feel like might have been misconstrued, but I felt like I'm getting tired of always seeing news sites and news focusing on talking about breakthrough COVID cases. It's like of course it's going to happen. Vaccine's not 100% effective, but what we really should be focusing on story-wise is the overwhelming majority of people who are not vaccinated are the ones getting sick and the ones going to the hospital. I feel like when you highlight breakthrough cases, I'm not saying we should ignore breakthrough cases, but when breakthrough cases are highlighted the way they are right now, it just erodes confidence in the vaccine.
To me, it's you can talk about the breakthrough cases and what that means, but what I'd like to see within that is
Context.
less of a headline of more breakthrough cases than ever. This is crazy, and more like there have been breakthrough cases. No people have died, or like what's that statistic of the breakthrough case? How severe it is, and where it all ends up? Because I know people who have been struck with breakthrough cases, and they go, yeah, it's like a week where you just go, oh shit, and then I didn't have to go to the hospital. I had kind of a fever. I'm okay now, compared to not.
It could be really bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I know there are people who are watching this going, don't stop talking about COVID. You're gonna be shocked that it's still a major factor in my day-to-day fucking life.
We're still having to get swabbed.
Jesus Christ.
It is like-
I kind of don't care that you're sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of talking about it. I'm sick of hearing about it.
Yep.
But really, like, it's still around. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's still a thing. I thought we were over it. I thought like
Oh, me too.
I saw the cases going down. I was like,
Yep.
okay, maybe enough
We
people got
did it.
vaccinated.
Yep.
Yeah, like I wish it had been more, but we did it, and now it's like back up. Projecting to be worse than ever. I don't know. We'll see where it peaks. It was like awesome.
Yep.
I was hoping that maybe I don't know. I could sit at my desk again.
Yeah.
At my desk at work.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Getting
You could eat family style everywhere.
Not every day of the week.
and not
I
with
do
your
feel bad.
family,
I do
with
feel-
other families.
I feel bad.
Come as
that-
strangers, leave as family.
I feel like Gus asked me to eat lunch a couple times while we were traveling, and I never.
Well, we have very different lunch schedules. What I discovered on this trip.
What does that mean?
What it means is I eat lunch noonish.
Lunchtime.
I'll get a text from Chris at 3 p.m. that says, "Hey, have you eaten lunch yet?"
That's
That's late. That's late.
oh, good. We're in agreement.
And I'll be like, "No, Chris, I eat lunch early or on time.
Yeah.
I do not eat lunch at 3
I
p.m."
eat lunch on time. Kind of an on-time lunch guy. That's my thing.
Esther said it came off like I was being a dick to Chris. I was like, "Yeah, but he's asking me if I've eaten
Yeah.
lunch at 3."
No, I've been waiting for you to text me.
Hey, Esther, who fucking cares?
And then you asked me to eat early lunch on Friday.
Oh yeah.
What time is early lunch?
Early lunch was 11:30.
Okay.
But I was still in my pajamas.
He looked like he had just rolled out of bed.
This is every person at this fucking company. When
No,
I
no.
started here, it was we're all in around 10. We'll figure out what we're doing for lunch. We'll just kinda-
That's not how I normally work. I was just
You ate lunch at 3 p.m. 2 other days besides
yeah, I know,
that.
but I was doing stuff in my hotel on my computer, and then I had to figure out, and I had a late checkout, so I was checking out at noon, and I had to figure out where I was staying that night.
Okay, you were checking out at noon?
Wait,
Yeah,
you had
I
to
did
figure out
this-
where you were staying that night?
Yes.
This was also like 11:15. Like I thought your late checkout might have been like 2.
No,
You
it was at noon. I had a late checkout because I didn't know
Okay.
I didn't have
Why
my
are we glossing over the part where you didn't know where you were staying that night?
because I hadn't booked my hotel for that night.
What does that mean?
Because the conference ended on Friday.
Yeah.
I stayed till Sunday.
And you hadn't thought.
When did you decide to stay till Sunday?
When I booked my flight,
So months ago.
Okay.
and I never got my other.
Where'd you stay?
hotel.
Where'd you wind up staying?
I got a place downtown. It probably would have been cheaper if I booked it earlier, but I booked it after I walked out of my room because the cleaning ladies were
Ladies kicked
coming.
you out.
And then I booked it in the in the little lobby.
On their computer?
No, on my computer.
Okay.
Esther has said, the way Chris travels is my nightmare.
Yeah, that's what she said. Like the whole last minute waiting to book stuff.
There's pros and cons.
What are the pros?
Hold on. I will say, he has adventures.
Oh, absolutely. I love hearing about them and would
Yes.
die if I lived them. There's no.
What are the pros? We
way.
gotta hear the pros.
I have to know what the pros are.
I'll give you a couple pros. One, you end up you get flexibility where you can be like, I don't want to go here. I'll go there instead. Like when I was traveling around Europe, there were days where I was like, I hadn't booked, I didn't know where I was going the next day. And so I changed my mind the day before because I was like, well, instead of spending a whole night in Brussels, I'll just go for the day and figure out somewhere to stay in Paris.
Was there any limitations to that, though? Like, could you not go somewhere because there wasn't openings?
Well, yeah.
Vacancies.
Well, those are
That
the
night in
cons.
Paris, I had to. I found I didn't. My hotel that I had booked couldn't extend it a night,
Yeah.
and so I had to like figure out a place to stay.
This is Chris's Europe stories are like, this is going to be a deep cut that no one's going to get. It's like the montage in Rules of Attraction where that guy talks about being in Europe and taking ecstasy and like going to London and how he hated Paris. Gracie, have you ever heard of Rules of Attraction?
No.
Thank you very much.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, that is what it sounds like to me. Gracie, you should watch Rules of Attraction. It's great. It's in the same universe as American Psycho. So
Wow. That's
What?
it's written by the
It
same.
is. I know it's in the same universe.
It's
I'll say,
it's
like,
it's the
It's written by, it's the same writer, the brother.
The AP Cinematic Universe?
Yeah, it's the. So, Chris, you think that the pro to you booking your travel same day or your accommodations, I suppose, same day, is that you can go wherever you want?
your flexibility.
But you're talking about Europe. We're talking about Nashville, Tennessee. So I guess my question is, what?
I could have. What if I decided I wanted to leave?
What if you want to go to Memphis?
What if I wanted to leave a day earlier?
On Thursday?
No, on Saturday.
That's
Or-
a day later.
But he means instead of Sunday.
Instead of Sunday.
He did
Then you're- then you're-
already book the airfare. That's
So,
in his defense.
so then you're booking, but then don't you have to pay the difference in the ticket?
If it's, but what if it's the same price?
I guess in the world where a plane ticket is the same price the next day,
Sometimes they are. You never know.
I've never in my life had that happen.
I would love to see a breakdown of how often
I
that
don't know.
happens.
How early can you get in line for standby?
I
want to fly tomorrow.
it works out okay sometimes.
It makes sense,
works
but
out
Chris,
okay
it makes
sometimes.
sense in Europe, but in Nashville, Tennessee. In Nashville,
I know.
Tennessee.
I agree. I made it. It wasn't ideal in Nashville. I agree with that. Here's another thing. I'm about to go on a trip.
Yeah.
An actual like my
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
and I haven't planned anything.
Oh,
Do you have a flight?
I have a flight
Okay.
there and a flight
What city
back.
are you landing in? Oh wait,
No,
we can't
don't say.
No, we can't say. No.
Don't say.
Why can't I
because
say?
Because it's even more exciting this way when I hear about it later. I'm excited to hear all your. I don't want to know anything.
I just wanted to chart where I think he would
Yes,
go. Like, what's the
100%,
first city,
yeah.
and then chart from there.
It is.
Are you returning via the same city you arrived
I'm
in?
returning via the same city,
Okay.
So
and I'm going multiple places, which I'm not exactly sure which ones yet.
Have you booked any of that yet?
No.
So all you have is your flight there and your flight back.
Yes.
And a vague idea that you're going to go other places. while
Yes.
you're there.
Well, yes.
Okay.
I had an idea that I want you to do.
Yeah.
You know how y'all been playing GeoGuessr? You should do like
this
real
is
life
great.
GeoGuessr. You should go and take photos of stuff and like then take a photo of your pinpoint on the map, and then they have to try to find. the
Ben
exact
told
point.
me about this idea,
Yeah.
and I went, "This is fucking genius." Someone who's traveling and takes a picture of something somewhere and goes, "Hey, where am I?" and then it's people trying to GeoGuess where they are, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, we know."
I'll do that.
They're like, "Oh, well, we know he's like in Italy or whatever." So it's like, "Oh, is it Rome?" And you start kind of fucking roaming around. Not,
Yeah, nice.
No pun. Sorry. I'm Barbara, and and you just kind of keep going, and then you're like, "Oh, wait, why is he in Naples?" And then you, wait, what the fuck? Why? Like,
Yeah.
you're just ending up because it's Chris. Boy, that works because you have no idea. If all of a sudden it was like, why is this in Swiss? You'd just be like,
Is that Russian? But he was in Spain. Yeah. Like, why is that Russision?
Well, but here's another thing. I was
Yes.
saying the other benefit
yeah.
is the world is so disastrous right now. There's so many things going on. The fact that I haven't booked any of my hotels or any of my like in between flights.
Yeah.
If I had to like cancel my trip like this week, I could do it way easier.
Yeah, but most places have a super liberal cancellation policy.
Well, hopefully they do now. We were planning a Japan
Oh,
trip
that's right.
the first, like, last March, and they, like, boned us. Like, everywhere was like, oh, we changed our policy to be, like, no refund.
Yeah. And so I don't have to worry about that. I can look at I'm going to look probably because I'm leaving Thursday. I'll probably look tomorrow.
Wait, you're leaving in a couple of days?
Yeah.
I thought this was like a far off thing.
No.
So you're leaving in
It's far off Thursday.
in less than 72 hours.
Yeah.
You'll begin this.
Yeah.
All right.
The
I couldn't do that.
the way he's going to his crazy vacation is like, I'm going to San Diego in like that same time frame, and like to say I'm not stressed and don't have to worry about any of that stuff is like such an understatement. And like I just feel like, man, you picked a time and a place.
I'm
Time and a place.
But even your San Diego trip is super booked. Like, you've planned.
Oh, I know but like I have events that I'm
You also
doing.
lived there.
Yeah, exactly. And so to go where Chris is going in the time that he's going there is like, boy, whoa.
I mean, I'm there. It's definitely. That's why I'm happy that I haven't booked anything, because if I decided I wanted to pull the plug, I could.
He's not going to. It's in 3 days. He's talking about this like he has the opportunity to not go.
Do you think maybe that he's going to book his hotel on the plane when he's flying to the location?
I don't know. Does he want to pay the $12 for the internet?
I think maybe airport before.
Yeah, he
before
could be
takeoff.
watching Fast 9 on his phone on the flight over, but I don't know. That's tough.
When I was flying back from Nashville, I boarded the plane in Nashville, and they were like, welcome on board. Sorry to tell everyone that there's no Wi-Fi on this plane. This plane is too new. They have not installed the Wi-Fi yet.
What?
So if you want to watch anything or have any entertainment on the flight, you better start downloading it now. I was like, well, shit, I didn't know that. Like, the door's closing in 15 minutes.
What did you download?
I started trying to download a movie on HBO Max, but it was like, I was getting real shitty.
You're insane.
Yeah,
It
Wi-Fi.
has-
a podcast.
It has to be podcasts, and then you just do this.
I was hoping that it would do that thing where I could download part of the movie and still watch it.
Oh, got it, yeah.
But it didn't work that way. I downloaded like 30% of a movie, but it wouldn't play.
I had a different experience. That just reminded me of it.
Fantastic.
This is on the way to Nashville. I was listening to a podcast. Dozed off. Actually, I told this story wrong. But anyway, I was sleeping.
If you hadn't started telling that story, you could have flexibility to change it.
Anyway, I know. Anyway,
There's 72 hours. To
I was
tell that
sleeping,
story.
and I felt Booger, my dog, rub up against my leg.
But you were on a plane.
I felt Booger rubbing up against my leg, and then
What is going on?
I went
Are
down.
you telling me a story about you just being at home?
No. I felt Booger rubbing up against my leg, and I was like sleeping, listening to a podcast, and then I went and I started petting him. Like,
Oh,
just-
he wasn't. Gus, he was not at home.
I was not at home.
Booger didn't have a ticket.
I was sitting next to a large man
Yeah,
who was sitting next to me, and I woke up
And you were petting him?
and I was petting his leg.
Was he also asleep?
He was not asleep. He was looking right at me, very worried. I was just like,
Oh,
What did he say?
he just looked at me with big eyes, and I said, "I'm sorry."
I thought you were my dog.
did you tell him?
I said, "I'm sorry," and I just kind of like mumbled and turned away.
Wait a minute. You're not Booger.
Did you call the flight attendant? Tell her you're missing your dog. My dog turned into this man.
He must be loose.
Seen my dog.
See, that's why I realized I told that story wrong. I should have just told the story like, oh, one time I was listening to
One time I was asleep listening to a podcast.
No, I think the way you told it was fucking great. It really led you down a road. I know it was good because Nicholas just started laughing. Oh my God.
There's a new TV show that started a few weeks ago. I don't even know what network it's on. A&E maybe? What's on one of those cable networks called Fasten Your Seatbelt. I don't know if y'all have heard of the show at all.
No, not at all.
All it is clips of like airport freakouts and airplane freakouts.
That's a
Oh, God.
television program?
Yeah, it's a 30-minute show. All they do is like have like people freaking out on planes or in airports.
Corncob
It is
TV?
Yeah.
right up my alley. I was like, I've seen all of these already
I'll
online.
kill you.
I'll watch them all on TV.
I mean, like, we should probably all individually have TV shows if that's a television program.
It's hosted by the guy who was the pilot on Airplane.
What?
The guy who
The
was
guy-
nervous to be a pilot?
Right.
The guy who has the drinking problem?
Yes.
Hey, you know what? If you haven't gotten work in a long time, I guess that's, I mean, cool. Good job. I feel like he's the dad on like a lot of like, I don't know if this is true, but this is like that pigeonhole for him. He's like the dad on like a CW show, but a dad like on every CW show. That's how that's
Like
where
a grandpa
the
now.
CW universe,
Yeah, the CW verse.
where he is like Father Abraham.
Yeah, with the 7 sons.
His
really-
son's The Flash.
Yeah.
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow.
Smallville.
Did you see that Marky Post died?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's sad. That's sad. That's
Wow. Gracie, do you know who Marky Post is? No. Thank you. Marky Post was on a show called Night Court.
Loved Night Court when I was a kid.
Loved Marky Post. Marky Post was awesome, and that's really sad. And then it said like she was 70-something or
70.
whatever. And I just went, oh yeah, that's just kind of how that works, huh?
It's a bad time to be 70.
Yeah, it's rough. Rough time to be 70.
I think every time you're 70 is a bad time.
That's true. Every single time you're 70, literally, is a bad time to be 70.
Yeah.
It's better now than it used to be, though.
Unless
Yes.
they invent something to, I don't know, reverse aging. In which time that's the best time to be 70.
You are good asterisk.
You know what? Chris is right.
Nailed it.
If you reverse aging through some kind of miracle or science,
if you
Benjamin Button
it,
situation.
Yep.
then it's good.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about Benjamin Button. Yeah.
So 2 times that are good to be 70.
Wait.
1, miraculous invention reversing aging of time. 2, Benjamin Button disease. That's all.
Eric and I were on a live stream earlier with Achievement Hunter.
Oh yeah, we played Agru.
Agru, which is like a werewolf
It
style
was
game.
just a fucking board game, but they make you buy it on Steam.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So before we started playing that game, it's like Achievement Hunter was doing their chat stuff. So like a lot of us loaded into the game and we were waiting for them and we're running around. Like I'd never played the game, so it's like I just bought it, just downloaded it, and was running around. It's like, oh man, I thought this was just like a werewolves game. Like there's like this whole huge village. There's like a gate.
I mean,
closed.
like Gus is not underselling it. It's the area, like the map is. There are like 3 levels to it with like all these cabins and like a store.
So I was like trying to run around and familiarize myself. Like I don't want to be like an idiot when the game starts. Like I got to see where everything is. Like, okay, cool. Everyone comes in. We start the game. The stream's going. Like, all right, the game starts. You're just sitting around the fire.
You don't go anywhere. You don't run around. You don't do anything.
Not even like when you go to sleep. Like
the screen goes black. And when you die, you can wander around the village.
You can be a ghost and go to the store, which is so far away that if you die second, you do not have enough time to buy or do anything.
Yeah, when in rounds where I died, I would book it for the store as fast as I could to try to buy something.
I need a new hat!
Half the time I couldn't get there because it was so far. I just wonder, why the fuck is that map so big? There should be like the campfire area and the stores right there. That should be it.
It was snowing everywhere and there were Christmas trees. Yeah. I didn't understand anything about this game. It didn't make any fucking sense.
Like if you were like,
it's fine. It's a werewolves game. It's fun to play with your friends, but why was the map so big? I don't understand.
Got it gifted to me so we could play on stream.
You got it gifted. They made me buy it. They're like, can you be on stream? I was like, sure. All right, we're playing this game. I was like, all right, I guess got to buy it.
I guess that really influenced his decision because after that, Gus started buying premium DLC for the game.
I was jealous because everyone else had like outfits and pets and stuff, and I was like, I'm just here with a stupid leather bandolier. Like, I've got to go buy stuff. So I bought like a jester outfit. I bought a fox pet. I bought a fancy grave.
Do people get to see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all saw it.
Around the campfire?
I definitely saw it when I was sitting next to Gus, and I would look at him, and he was also a werewolf, and I would go, all right, who are we killing? Yeah. And then we would point at someone, and they would die.
They kept making the two of us werewolves together.
We were werewolves together so many times.
It was so weird.
I'll say, flat out, Among Us, this werewolves game, like any of these games where it's just...
You don't like social deception.
Fuck no.
Except for...
Camp Betrayal.
Camp
Betrayal.
Only on Rooster Teeth. Yeah. I don't like these games at all. They are not fun. They are also not games. They are board games, and that's not a video game. It's just a board game. I fucking hate board games.
Well, this is a way to like...
It is a board game.
So you don't have to be together.
It's a
play
board
virtually.
game. It's a board game. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate board games.
You hate board games?
I don't like board games.
Well, I like board games.
I do not like board games. Every time I play
What's your
a new
favorite
board
board game?
none. Zero. None.
There has to be a board game you like.
In chat, C. Morrison says the host chooses the map, so blame them for the snow.
I have no idea who the host was. It wasn't Michael because he kept muting himself and he didn't know he was muted. He was like, I'm screaming at you because we're both werewolves.
It might have been Fredo.
Oh, it probably was. Did you see his fucking level 70 armor and all that shit?
He's the reason I paid money for that shit.
Yep.
Him and Trevor. Trevor was like a king.
Yep. Yeah, Trevor had a pig. And then Michael had a bear.
What does a pig do?
No, it just hangs out.
You can kiss the pig.
Yeah, well, we just kept running around and we kept crouching and we're going, ooh, kiss the pig. And Trevor got mad.
He kept running away with his pig.
Yeah. Board games are just not my wheelhouse, I guess. Like, it's just not... I don't like having to learn all these rules, and I don't like having to, like, get to, like, the third turn, and you're like, am I supposed to attack, or do I do a card pull? And they go, well, and if anything starts with, well, I don't want to fucking hear it. It's too many rules, and then I end up, like, inevitably, the first time I play a game, I end up winning, and then everyone goes, oh, that's great, hey, you won, and I go, feel nothing for it. Means nothing to me. This was me going, I don't fucking start laying shit on a board. Hate it.
I like board games, except for that one. I guess it's like Secret Hitler or whatever, or Secret Palpatine.
Yeah, that's another social deception one.
That's one. I just don't get it. I tried to get it. I played it before on a video. We did a hardcore. I think it was hardcore. Secret Palpatine or something, and I think. I was late for like a dentist appointment or something, so I was just like, I don't have time for this. and like Michael dressed up for it and everything. It was chaos.
Oh, that game. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
It was chaos. I don't know what happened. I still don't know what happened. And then whenever I was working on Camp Betrayal, I was watching and reading up on a lot of those types of games because it's, you know, I don't understand that game.
But-
I don't understand it.
By the way, for the stream today, they invited either Chris or me to take part in it. And
Oh,
Chris,
really?
Chris just never replied.
Yeah.
So it was me.
I had and here's the thing with the board games is that
I waited to see if you would respond. I was like, I hope Gus responds because I have other. Not say that you aren't busy because but I have to. We're literally locking like Camp Betrayal this week, like the last episode. So I'm like I need to do that today.
Yeah, I got you.
But thank you.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Speaking of locking Camp Betrayal, we had a nice little wrap party for Camp Betrayal recently. We went out. It was a socially distanced thing. It was nice. It was a little bar. It was out like everything else in Austin. It's fucking outdoor and it's 100 degrees. But
Hot as fuck.
no,
Yep.
this was a nice, cool day where like the cloud cover came in. It was perfect. It was like, let's do it. We went to this bar. We met up. There was queso that was on the table. Chris didn't eat any of it because he simply thought it was hummus, and then took a bite thinking it was hummus, and then went, "This is cheese."
No.
How do you confuse hummus and
I
queso?
don't know.
No, that's not what
brown?
happened. That's not what happened.
Oh, what happened, Chris?
I did take a bite of it, ate it, and was like, this is weird hummus.
Oh my god.
And then later, when you said it was queso, I was like, that explains why it's weird hummus.
Can we make a shirt? Queso is just weird hummus.
Queso is just people love weird hummus. I mean, like, it was very nice to see people who worked on the show, like the post team, and like, it was really great to see everyone. And then it was Chris going, "Oh," just out loud. "Oh, this is cheese." Because everything he just said was in his head. And then what I said is the thing that he said out loud. Out of nowhere. What the fuck?
Were you wearing sunglasses at the time? Maybe he couldn't see it clearly.
No. Chris told us a lot of weird stories that night.
Gotcha.
I did?
Yeah. About like your brother.
Did you have a little to drink, Chris?
Oh, I did by the end of it.
He did when I got there too.
Oh, that's right. We recorded a Black Box Down the next morning.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
You'll never believe what happened on this plane.
Yeah. It was a long production.
They were it's because those drinks, they do a Paloma on draft at this bar that we went to. Palomas are
They
it's
do
like
a frozen Paloma up here at Hank's. I don't know if you ever had it.
Oh yeah.
It's
That's really good.
Yeah.
The Paloma at this place, Mezcal.
Ooh, even better. Yeah, I like
Loved
mezcal.
it.
Yeah.
Loved it. Love a Mezcal Paloma. Fantastic.
I think I know what story you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
My brother's never eaten a salad.
Yeah.
Did you think it was hummus?
No, he's never eaten a salad.
Now
Does he not eat vegetables?
No, he eats vegetables. He just doesn't eat salad.
Gus, I'm now reliving this entire conversation. This is what everyone said.
What is any kind of salad?
This is all we're doing the whole thing.
I think pasta salad would work. I think
That's only a salad in
I think he
name.
means like a lettuce salad, like a green salad. He
What
doesn't
about an
eat
arugula
those.
salad?
No. If it's like green leaves, he won't eat it.
Is he prideful about this?
I think so.
How does he know he won't eat it?
Because he just won't.
What if
Did you-
what if he's eaten one by accident?
So here's what I asked. Maybe he's had one. Chris, text him.
I texted him. I was like, hey, because this is something
Yep.
he's at this point 30. And
I don't know
so
why you're asking us.
I
Chris's brother.
I was like, maybe it's something he did in like high school or,
Right, yeah.
like he grew out of.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Have you still never eaten a salad? Nope. And he texted me back. He confirmed it.
Like, ever?
I guess not. He's
Have you
never
been-
eaten a
I
salad.
mean, like, you've been there for part of the times, right?
Where he didn't eat a salad.
Yeah, but, like,
he's
I-
been there for part of the times where his brother did not eat a salad.
I can say for a fact my brother's eating a salad. We went to the Outback Steakhouse and ate a salad.
But he also it was never like a point of conversation that he's never eaten a salad.
True.
Fruit salad, I think he'll count.
Well, that doesn't count.
that's not a salad.
I'm talking like green salad.
Yeah.
Like your traditional salad.
Salad.
Yeah.
Salad.
I don't care if it's like some other. If you have to clarify,
Get him a wedge salad. So good. Perfect salad.
I'm not pushing this on him.
I'm gonna order him a salad for
No,
delivery. Send me his address right now. Uber Eats. Uber.
I'm not. Look, I'm not pushing this on him. Okay, because like
What
Can
do you have against salads?
I don't have anything against.
So
him.
he's the weird Demarais.
isn't that insane? Like what? Also, can we talk about the argument you two had?
Yeah, sure. What
Because
is the
I'm wondering.
argument we had?
I'm curious about what you think, Gus.
Okay.
Okay, I want to hear this. I'll decide
The
your argument
Bible.
for you. The Bible.
Uh-oh.
Is it one book or two?
It's more than two, isn't it? It's a collection of books.
The Bible?
Yeah, it's a collection of gospels that are on.
It's a collection of gospels.
Different books that are
in
put
one
together.
book,
Well, there's
two.
two testaments.
Yeah, it's the Old Testament and the New Testament.
which is one book.
But it was two books. You just get one book now. But
It's
it used-
one book.
But it was written at different times.
Chris, is it one
was-
book or two book?
It's 2 books.
It's
And what did your brother say?
He said it was 1 book.
And what happened?
He almost beat me up, which he could do. I mean, he's like, my little brother's much strong. He like is. He's kind of like if you took Blaine, but like shrunk him down to like 5'6". That would be my brother. We were playing categories one time at Christmas, and it was something like name a book. It was like books or something, or whatever. And I did Old Testament, New Testament, and he was like, "That's just no, that's not true. It's just the Bible." I was like, "No, it's 2 books."
It's 2 books. Yeah, the Old Testament was written between 1200 and 165 BC. The New Testament was written in the 1st century AD. It's like
they're-
over
it's one-
1,000 years apart.
Yeah, it's one.
And also, you can buy them separately.
It's one book.
And,
You
and we,
can't have 2 books that were written over 1,000 years apart and call them one book.
That's one book.
and we got
The Word of God, Yahweh.
Well,
True name.
It's like Canterbury Tales and a Stephen King novel put together. That's not one book.
Canterbury Tales and Needful Things, and you slap them together.
One
and go,
book.
One book.
Oh no, this
But we were.
This is the
It is
lasagna
also like.
conversation all over again.
This is over.
If I put 2 books on top of each other, are they 1 book or 2 books?
Oh no!
But it was like Christmas, and we'd been drinking. It was late at night.
Of course.
And then like he was like, "You're not getting 2 points for that." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And we got in an argument where he was like my sister had to break us up.
This is
'Cause
why
he was
Eric
about-
doesn't like board games.
He was about.
you believe this shit?
Like he took my phone and threw it on the ground. Because I was like, I pulled up Amazon. I was like, look, you can buy him 2 books. New Testament, it's its own book. And he fucking threw it on the ground.
Oh my God.
And
It's
it
2
was
books. I'm on your side,
It's one
Chris.
book.
And then like my sister had to be like, we're not playing categories.
It's called the Bible. Gracie, is it 1 book or 2 books?
Yeah, it can be 1 book, but it could be 2.
Gracie. What?
Yes.
It's 17
You have to agree.
books.
God damn it.
According to who is this in chat?
What? And my argument.
Wait,
is,
isn't it 17
what
bucks?
what would you
Books.
what would
Oh,
you
17
say
bucks.
if
17
if you
bucks.
asked a Jewish person how many books are there?
Oh yeah, that's right. Chris asked Barbara while we were at this rap party, how many books out of nowhere? How many books is the Bible? And she just went.
Yeah, 'cause
I
then
think, and
you
she
get,
just
like
went.
the
I
Book
think
of John, the
my
Book of Paul.
people say
all them.
1, but the second book is about a very
Mark, Luke.
nice man.
Apparently, there's 66 books in the Bible.
There are not 66 books. There
This is
are
a book of.
there are
It is a-
66 gospels within the one book.
What is
of
a
the
book?
It's the
Look,
Book of
Gospel's a
John.
song.
I
Book
can-
of Matthew, Mark,
you-
Luke, and John.
You can buy the book of Genesis by itself.
Boom.
What an you should gift that to people. What an
That was
insane thing.
That was what I was.
That's
going to
awesome.
gift. You should
That's
gift all
what I was going to
60
give him for Christmas this next year was 2 separate books of the New Testament and the Old Testament. But then I thought he may not let me go back to Christmas.
Well, speaking of which,
if
did
it's
you-
at his house, I'll get kicked out.
Yeah.
Did you notice the hotel we stayed at for this podcast convention? You know, if you opened up the drawers, it had a Bible, but it also had the Book of Mormon in there.
I didn't notice that
Really?
because I didn't
Yeah.
open up the drawers.
I always open them all. I'm always convinced that there's something in there.
Hold on, we can
I'm a
solve this.
lunatic.
Does the Old Testament end with the end?
Do you think the
Question
Bible
mark?
ends with the end?
The end? Yeah. Now it's a
Jesus
question mark.
will be back in.
Well,
No.
Jesus isn't in the Old Testament.
Jesus
When he
will
accepts.
return in the New Testament.
Wait, you think the Old Testament ends with the end, or you're saying it doesn't, so it's not its own book?
I'm saying it does because it's 2 books.
66 short stories. It's an anthology.
This doesn't help.
There's porn in the Bible. These
stories.
comments. Who are these? People are commenting all about the things that are in the Bible. There's porn. There's not porn in the Bible. There might be sex in the Bible. I don't know if it's porn.
Yeah, sex is porn.
No one's jerked off to the Bible. I'll tell you that.
There is.
Oh boy, what is this fucking show? You do 660 of these, and it just
There's
kinda
a whole
goes
Bible
somewhere.
thing about a bunch of guys trying to have sex with
Oh
aliens.
shit! It's almost
or
666.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Cody was nervous.
Yeah.
He heard it was 661, and he went, "Oh no, 5 more." We got to figure out if we're doing something. So, I think somebody recently made a comment like, "Hey, I thought you guys were going to do all the food podcasts at once when you came back into the studio." I would love to.
We
do
need
that.
to.
The idea of doing the crossing over and handing of food and all that stuff while we're in the restrictions that we're in right now.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way.
Yeah, just because of COVID restrictions,
No.
we can't. Trust
No.
me, we have not forgotten that idea.
No.
As soon as we can do it, we will do it.
Yes.
But we just cannot do that right now.
Yep.
We were, when we were, one of those times that we were shooting the shit, killing times before crashing a mixer that wasn't for us.
Jesus.
I told Chris a story that for some reason,
yeah.
I've never told on the podcast before.
Ooh, settle in.
When I was in 8th grade, we took like a class trip to Washington, D.C. It was like one of those things where you fundraise all year, and then like for spring break, you get to go to Washington, D.C. And went out there, and I was excited to go to Washington, D.C. just because I grew up in a really small town. It's like, oh, you get to see like the White House, and like all these iconic, seats of the U.S. government, and that stuff was cool. But I got kind of pissed off one day. By the way, I was like 14, just to set things appropriately here. I got pissed off one day because I wanted to go to Ford's Theater, but they wouldn't let me go to Ford's Theater because we were eating at the Hard Rock Cafe, which is right next to Ford's Theater. And I was like, I don't want to eat at the fucking this is what, 1992. Like, I don't want to eat at the fucking Hard Rock Cafe. I want to go see Ford's Theater, and they wouldn't let me. I was like, fine, I'm going to act out now.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So I don't know where I did this, but somewhere I found a place that sells rubber snakes. Like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 feet long.
In D.C.?
Yeah, like some street vendor or something. I don't know. I found
Hey, pre 9/11.
The rubber snake street vendor.
someone who was like, don't tread on it.
Yeah.
It's like 2 or 3 feet long, and it's all curvy. I was like, all right, I'm going to do something with these. Went back to my hotel. I was staying at the Embassy Suites. And I walked around the outside of the hotel, and I tried to figure out where my room was. And it was nighttime by this point. I tried to hide the rubber snake, like half in the grass, half on the sidewalk. Oh, my God. And then I went back up to my room, and I opened the windows, and I would watch people, and I would just start yelling down, hey, watch out, there's a snake. And I'd watch people jump and freak out on the sidewalk.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got in a lot of trouble. Because I would laugh. And then someone, I guess, got pissed off, and they went to the front desk and ratted me out.
Oh, that's so
And they
cool.
took all my snakes away.
Oh, no. Oh, my snakes.
Even the one hidden?
Then the guy picked it up, and the guy picked it up. I could see he was like real mad, storming off to the front of the hotel. I was like, "Oh shit! I didn't think this.
I better hide my snakes.
Gonna flush him down the toilet." I don't know why. I'd forgotten all about that. We were talking about like old.
I was
travel
explaining
stories.
the story about why I don't like Dollywood.
What?
I told you that.
Why don't you like Dollywood?
I'm not going to tell the story again. I know I've told the podcast.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to give a real quick
Yeah,
90-second version.
hit me with it,
Okay,
baby.
I love Dollywood.
I was in band in high school. We had a band trip. It's every 2 years.
Gatlinburg?
I did. You're distracting. Every 2 years, we had a band trip.
Yep.
The first year as a freshman, we didn't go to a trip. Second year, we're going to go to Mexico, cruise in Mexico.
Yep.
I was super excited. I only stayed in band the second year because my friends were like, don't forget about the cool cruise.
Mexico cruise.
Stayed in cruise. 9/11 happened. A mom complained about us leaving the country, even though it was like the next, 6 months later.
So this was like early 2002.
Yeah. And then so last minute, 3 weeks before the trip, we canceled the cruise to Mexico, and we decided to take a bus trip to Dollywood.
Uh-huh.
And from Longview, Texas, which is where I was, 13-hour drive.
Yep.
13-hour drive to Dollywood. On a bus.
I
off,
did the same trip.
Not a school bus though.
Don't get distracted.
Yeah. Get on a bus. We get off. We go to sleep. We wake up. We do Dollywood, which is okay for an amusement park. Nothing as good as Six Flags as far as I was concerned. Mm-hmm. And then we get back on the fucking bus for 13 hours.
Okay.
It was a horrible trip.
Yeah.
And I want to be on the beach in
But that's
Mexico.
not Dollywood's fault.
That's not Dollywood's fault.
It's the 26
I don't.
hours.
I know. That's why I hate Dollywood. I didn't say Dollywood is a bad place. I said I hate Dollywood.
Very clear distinction there.
Yeah.
I hate the idea of it.
The idea. No, why do you hate the idea of it?
Because
Dolly Parton
my
themed amusement
Mexican
park.
cruise, Gus.
But it's not Dollywood's
13
fault.
hours on a bus.
Yeah.
2 ways. That's 26 hours on a bus
Hold
in
on.
1 weekend.
Yeah, math checks out.
Yeah. I know we have to wrap up. We only have a couple minutes left. Is Dolly Parton still hot?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Cole was nodding.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
Don't
Sure.
go. You can just it's yes or no. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's so hard for him to just say yes.
What? I mean, what?
She's a wonderful
I feel
person.
like all this news comes out about her, about like what an amazing person
Yeah,
she is.
she
like,
rules.
with philanthropy and
Yeah.
like just trying to do good things. It's like we don't deserve Dolly Parton.
No, she's great.
Such a great person.
Yeah.
Great songwriter, great performer.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with her, except for my experience at her amusement park. That's my only
But
problem.
your experience that you hate is the drive, the 26 hours.
So you should hate buses.
Yeah, you should hate
No,
buses.
it
Yeah,
was
no
it-
public transit.
It wasn't the bus. It
Cars
was like
only.
It's like what's that economy term?
Supply and demand.
No, where it's like income that you didn't make because you were doing something else.
Sunk cost fallacy.
No, it's like
I thought that was it.
Me too. I felt
I don't know.
that.
It's one of those things. It's not the fact. It's like how much cooler of a trip I could have had.
Classic economy.
But you were
Yeah.
you couldn't have. But at
They
that
talked
point,
about
you
that on
couldn't have
CNBC
had
this
that.
No,
morning.
I could have.
It was Jim Cramer going, could have been a better trip.
because it was you could get on anywhere.
No, I could. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Is like I would have rather have gone to Six Flags in Dallas
It was
had
much closer.
Did you
Which
get to
is
miss
close-
school for it?
We missed one day. It was like
You should have
Friday.
missed it then.
You should have missed more days.
Yeah, it was over the weekend. It's
See,
like,
I love Dollywood, but I also went to Gatlinburg first, and everyone bought weapons.
To take
What?
to Dollywood?
Yeah. Well, in Gatlinburg, they just had a bunch of brass knuckles and butterfly knives.
Why?
What the fuck?
I don't know. They let us run loose there, and everyone bought weapons.
Gatlinburg
How
sounds
old were
fucking
you?
tight, dude.
what?
13?
Holy shit! I was buying snakes. You were buying brass knuckles and knives.
Look out for that snake.
And they
I
had
got
They
it.
had Cloud Sword from Final Fantasy VII.
Is that the one you bought?
No, I bought Squall's Sword.
Wait, what
Jesus.
trip was this?
This was a band trip.
And you went to Dollywood too?
I went to Dollywood. Yeah, we
For your band? This is a thing?
Yeah, we went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We went to the Country Bear Jamboree. We went to Dollywood.
The Country Bear Jamboree, isn't that Showbiz Pizza?
No, Showbiz Pizza's a
How
different
was
thing.
this a thing?
It's a
Where are you
tourist
from?
destination. I'm
No,
from
I get it. It's a
Fort Worth, Aledo, Texas.
How are all these Texan band nerds
We're going to somewhere
Dollywood?
exotic.
Rockafire
Tennessee.
explosion.
See,
Totally different.
there you go.
All right, we gotta wrap this up. I don't know where the fuck we're going.
This is a good ass podcast.
Yeah.
If you hated this,
That's
go
on
to
you.
hell.
All right,
Fuck you.
we'll see you guys next week. Bye. Hey everyone, if you like that video, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that stuff. Also, if you like shows about friends stabbing each other in the back, we got a brand new show for you to check out. It's called Camp Betrayal. You can click the link down below right now. Watch it. Do it.